All right, well, good evening, fans. Welcome in here on audiosportsonline.com. Rob Kendall's my name, joined by Doug Edens tonight as your Plainfield Quakers. On senior night, we'll play host to the Olympians of Columbus East. Doug, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to the broadcast tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Rob. It's always good to be back in action, you might say, and to accompany you on this final game of the season for 2013-2014. Of course, we'll be looking at the half. We're going to be looking at what Plainfield has done this year, and also what the county schools and also, more importantly, the Mid-State Conference schools have done, and what we can look forward to starting Tuesday.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about tonight's game here in just a few minutes. Before we do that, let's thank our sponsors for tonight's ball game. They include Plainfield Self-Storage, located on North Carr Road. They feature 24-hour access and lighted secure storage. Plainfield Self-Storage has office hours on Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 5. Stop in or call 838-7027 for more information. And Jensen's Pools and More, the Backyard Place, located just 1 mile north of Heartland Crossing on Highway 67 in Canby, has everything for all your swimming pool needs. From above-ground pools to in-ground pools, Jensen sells and installs them all. And during the winter months, like right now, we offer mattresses direct from the factory of King Coil, a leading manufacturer of American-made mattress. Queen sets starting at $329, king sets starting at $429. Guaranteed lowest prices around. Jensen's Pools is located at 7302 South Kentucky Avenue in Canby. Visit us online at jensenspools.com. Those are our sponsors for tonight's game. Thanks to them. Doug, at senior night, you've seen a lot of these over the years. It's always sort of an emotional evening for the parents, players, and fans.
Yeah, and I have to, again, go out and congratulate those people who were honored before the game. The players, senior James Mayberry, the 5'9" senior guard, wearing number 3. This will be the last time he wears it in this home gym. So hopefully he'll do some good things tonight. Also on the team, number 44, the center, Bobby Jensen, senior, 6'5", and again, this will be his last game in a Quaker uniform at home. And they also honored the cheerleaders, the varsity cheerleaders, Laura Eichenberger, Meg Pettyjohn, and Kayla Sparks. So I want to, again, sort of a shout-out, congratulations to them, too, for being honored by the staff here at Plainfield High School. What a beautiful gym, I'll tell you, Rob. I've always been impressed with this gymnasium, with this new school, the new format, and hopefully we can witness a little bit of a ball game tonight, turn a little bit of the season around for them.
Well, for those of you that are tuning in, you can check out, you can see the Quakers warming up there in the blue warm-up tops, red and blue pants. The Olympians, they're on the court on the other end of things with the brown jerseys with orange trim. And we're just about 8 minutes and 50 seconds away from beginning tonight's broadcast here on Audio Sports Online. As we said, this is our final broadcast of the year, and time always flies when you're having fun. It's been another exciting year, bringing you 10 Plainfield varsity basketball games. Special thanks to Dana Green and Andy Weaver and all the Plainfield parents who have helped to make tonight's and all of our broadcasts possible. And, of course, our sponsors, Jensen's Pools, as well as Plainfield Self-Storage. So thank you to those folks. We also, while we're thanking people, we go all the way back to football season. I want to thank head coach Brian Woodard and his staff and all the folks that helped make those possible. So another really exciting year of bringing you Plainfield athletics here on Audio Sports Online.com. Doug, you want to talk a little bit about the Quakers? I know you've watched a lot of their ball games this year, and what have you thought about what you've seen?
Well, the Quakers come into tonight's game with a 5-14 mark. They're hoping to break a 3-game losing streak. I, of course, was here last weekend with you. I wasn't able to really comment on anything, but watched them for a little bit, and they made a run late in the game, but still came up short. They're tied currently for last in the Mid-State Conference with Greenwood. Both have identical 1-5 marks. Unfortunately, the Quakers haven't had a real good season lately. That's a few years. They haven't had a winning season since former coach Dana Green's retirement, 2008-2009. Quaker coach Andy Weaver is in his second year, but he's only at 10-30. 236 to 206 is his 20th year overall. Last win in this series between the Quakers and Columbus East was in 2010-2011. East has won 5 of the 7 games thus far in the series. The Quakers last won a sectional in 98-99 when they won the 3A state championship. Unfortunately, They haven't been able to contend for a sectional since then. They have been competitive, but the last few years they haven't been competitive much at all, and that's kind of been a bothersome thing to me. I know that during the 1-20 free fall, Clay Bolzer's last year here, I believe you were here too, and I came and we watched the game a little bit together, their final game, and they looked lost out there. So I'm not real sure what's going on. And I know that, schools are cyclical. We've gone through that before. I know that Brownsburg's had their problems. A lot of other schools have had their problems in the county as well, where they just kind of rise and flow with the tide. They're good one year, not so good the next year, and so on and so forth. But it seems like the Quakers have been just really bad the last few years under Clay Bolzer and now Andy Weaver.
Well, one of the things they do have going for them that we've commented on, and I know you've taken note of this, is Andy Weaver's done a great job of developing some young talent. Of course, Max Kurkowski, a sophomore, Mills, a freshman, Maple, a sophomore. So as those kids continue to grow and develop, the horizon may be looking very, very bright for these Plainfield Quakers. As you said, it is a rise and flow in high school sports.
Well, and the thing about it is I've also heard good things, just talk around the community, excellent things about the freshman team and the freshman program that have produced pretty good teams, and hopefully they'll be filtering in, as you said, into the varsity level. Take a look at Columbus East very quickly. They are 15-4 on the year, and they are hot. They're coached by Brent Chitty, who I've heard very, very good things about. He's 52-35 in his fourth year at East. He's 238 and 193 in his 20th year overall. Along with Andy Weaver, and I watched them meet each other at the court and get reacquainted. I'm sure that they've played against one another over the years. They've posted winning marks in 7 of their last 10 games, but they're only 5-10 in the postseason, so that tells me a lot about that sectional that they're involved with. Very, very rugged sectional.
Well, it is interesting, as you said, Doug, that it's with the newly realigned sectionals, everything really kind of put in flux from what you may have known in previous years. Let's take a moment to meet our starting lineups tonight for your Plainfield Quakers on senior night. Number 3, James Mayberry, 5'9", a senior. Number 11, Garrett Patton, 6 foot, a junior. Number 31 is Max Kurkowski. We mentioned him earlier, 6'5", a sophomore. Number 40, Nathan Mills, 6'4", a freshman. And number 44, 6'5", senior, Bobby Jensen. So Mayberry, Patton, Kurkowski, Mills, and Jensen, the starters tonight for your host, Plainfield Quakers. For the Olympians of Columbus East, number 11 is Jordan Foster, 6'1", a senior. Number 12 is Nate Nolting, 5'10", a junior. Number 20, Kelly Foreman, 5'11", a junior. 24, Bryce Leanhoop, 6'7", a senior, and number 33 is Kevin Williams. He is 6'5", a sophomore. So we've got Foster, Nolting, Foreman, Leanhoop, and Williams for the visiting Olympians of Columbus East. Still 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Doug, more thoughts from you?
Well, I'll tell you what, I was looking over Columbus East roster, and you've got a senior, Peyton Gray, number 44, who is 6'6", and you've got a sophomore, number 50, Rhett Myers, who's 6'4", a forward, and you've got Chaz Painter, number 54, a 6'6" center. So you're looking at some height inside there for relief for Columbus East. So we could be seeing those guys in the game along with Alex Gale, number 40, who's also 6'5". So they've got some height on their side. They've got some speed on their side. And also just finishing up, East last sectional was in 1996. Their last regional was in 78. Their last semi-state in 1977. As I said, Plainfield won the state in 3A in 1999, 1998, 99, and East has yet to contend for a state championship.
Well, as we said, it is our final broadcast of the year here tonight on AudioSportsOnline.com as your Quakers try to wrap up the regular season with a win against the Olympians of Columbus East. My name is Rob Kendall, alongside with Doug Edens tonight to bring you all the play-by-play action and should be a very exciting evening of basketball. A couple people that really got to point out, and one person I did want to mention is Bobby Jensen, the 6'5" senior for the Quakers. He has played on a rough couple of years, but he has played very, very hard, and he has been very productive, and he has always shown maximum effort. So I did want to point out that I really think Bobby Jensen is a kid that hopefully some of these younger guys like Kurkowski and Maple and Mills can learn something from, because he has put out maximum effort. I did also want to acknowledge, Doug, the student section for Plainfield this whole year, as we do see the Olympians now coming onto the floor, has been very, very involved. They've remained very, very passionate, and really do deserve a lot of credit for their enthusiasm despite maybe some rough games.
Yeah, I guess that it depends on what your definition of rough is. If it's rough for the players trying to score in that end, or I assume you mean the schedule itself. So I agree. They've been very, very passionate. They've been very, very supportive, and that sort of enthusiasm never wanes, no matter what the record is. And certainly they're to be congratulated and thanked for that.
Here come the Quakers onto the floor now. And another group that really we do need to recognize, Doug, is the community as a whole. Plainfield does continue to show up. They do continue to support these kids. And it's a wide variety of people. I know I saw our good friend, Plainfield Town Councilman Ed Gaddy's down there. We love Ed. We love talking to him. Always see coaches from the other sports here as well. So a lot of credit to the Plainfield community for remaining involved, remaining passionate, and remaining active despite the some of the rough years here. That hopefully the future looks very bright on the horizon. Do want to say hello, as we always do during our Plainfield basketball broadcast, to Foxy Roxy listening to us in Wisconsin, Max Kurkowski's aunt. She is our super fan. We love her. And hello to you this evening, Roxy. Hope you're having a great time in Milwaukee. Well, looks like we're going to have our national anthem and starting lineups here momentarily. Both benches have are on the rise, and we'll just await that announcement as the warm-up clock winding down towards 0, and then we'll have some basketball for you.
At this time, everyone, please rise, and gentlemen, please remove your hats. As we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Plainfield High School Riprap Band under the direction of Mr. Mike Carpenter.
All right, there you go, the playing of the national anthem. And now we'll have our starting lineups again. It's Foster, Nolting, Foreman, Leanhoop, and Williams for the visiting Olympians of Columbus East. And Mayberry, Patton, Kurkowski, Mills, and Jensen for your Plainfield Quakers.
A 5'10" junior, number 12, named Thornton. A 6'5" junior, number 22, Connor Elbrus. A 6'7" senior, number 24, Bryce Limp. A 6'1" sophomore, number 31, Parker G. And a 6'5" sophomore, number 33, Kevin Williams. And coach of the Olympians is Brent Shitty, assisted by Sean Miller and Mark Ryan. And now the starting lineup
Doug, I noticed there's a TV camera down there on the floor. Is that you see what where he's from? Can Did you get a glance on that? Yeah, we'll try to figure out who that is.
I'll tell you what, there's some outstanding athletes in those cheerleader outfits. At least brave ones, to be sure.
Well, it was interesting. They, of course, honored the cheerleaders, too, before the game. And as you said, very a lot of skills involved in cheerleading. All right, here we go. So it'll be Mills to tip it up against Lean Hoop. Plainfield will move from right to left on your computer screen. We are just about ready to go. Doug, what I was commenting on was there was a television camera on the floor. I was trying to figure out who that gentleman might have been from. Tip is up and controlled by the visitors. Columbus East will wear the road browns, white letters and numbers, orange trim along the jerseys. Plainfield in white, red letters and numbers. Columbus East with the ball. Tight pressure by Plainfield. There's a 3-ball on the way. It's up. It's no good. Off the front of the rim. Mills grabs the rebound, and he'll get it ahead to Mayberry. Mayberry pushes, and here come the Quakers. Plainfield with the ball. Mayberry, center of the floor. Left side over to Patton. He'll face up. Columbus East in a man-to-man defense. Mills to Mayberry. Mayberry into Jensen, and a whistle and a travel, and that's unfortunate because Bobby Jensen was wide open.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot. A lot of travel calls.
Well, one of the areas Plainfield has really struggled with this year has been the turnovers, and in particular, they have struggled against the full court press.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. I'm sure Andy Weaver, as he enters the offseason, will definitely want to work on that. There's a 3-ball. It's up. It's no good. Foul called, and they're going to hit the freshman, Mills, with a foul on the three-pointer, and that means 22. Connor Umphris will go to the foul line.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get with youth, and you've also got mixed in with that. You've also got your second coach, your second system in 4 years. So, that's always tough to deal with, too.
Now, they apparently did switch up some lineups here. On the floor right now is Parker Chitty, number 31, as well as the aforementioned 22 Umphris.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit different than what they had marked in the book initially. And so right now on the floor for the visitors, you do have number 12, Knowlting. 31 is Parker Chitty. 22, Connor Umphris. 33, the aforementioned Kevin Williams. And number 24, Bryce Leanhoop. 2 of the free throws go down, 7:13 to play. First points of the ball game, 2-0 in favor of the visitors. Plainfield with the ball. Center of the floor. And now it'll come to Jensen. Jensen left side to Patton. Patton faces up to Kurkowski on the wing. Max, nowhere to go with the ball. Looking down inside to Patton. Patton into Mills. Spin move in the lane. Little baby hook up. No good. Kurkowski tracks it down. Saves it as he falls out of bounds. Here comes Columbus East running back the other way. The Olympians going coast to coast. It's a lean hoop to the hole. Untouched and 2 points. And to the hole, Mayberry fouled, and are they going to get Lynn Hoop? I think they are.
Yeah. Yeah, that clap when you've been caught,
Second free throw up and good. 5-1 now the score. 6:36 to play. First quarter. Ball comes in the corner. Columbus East works around the perimeter. Now in the corner will come to 22. That's Umphris. Another 3. It's up. It's good. and Umphris for 3. And Andy Weaver's going to, no, that's a net timeout. I'm sorry. 8-1 our score early on. 6:17 to play. First quarter. If you're just tuning in, Rob Kendall, along with, very pleased tonight, Doug Edens.
Always a pleasure to be here with you, Rob.
You know, you can probably make a claim as seeing more Plainfield sporting events than a lot of people.
You know, you're not supposed to say stuff like that about a grandfather.
Mills for 2. I am just pointing out the gravitas you bring to the broadcast.
Now, you see, I don't even know what that means.
There's a trap by the Quakers, and now a steal. Mills comes up with it, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow will favor Plainfield. Hard to believe, Doug. Sectionals are already here.
We're going to be talking about them and how they affect, or what the county and also the Mid-State Conference teams are going to be looking at the break. So be sure to stay with us. I'm going to give Rob a little bit of a breather at the half.
Kurkowski with it on the wing, dribbles, nowhere to go with the ball. Now takes it right side, picks up his dribble. Boy, he wanted to shoot. Gets it back up to Mayberry. Mayberry holds center of the floor. Now we'll take it left side. Now Mayberry comes back right, flips it off over to Patton. Patton looking, nowhere to go with the ball. Dribbles towards the block, picks up his dribble on the baseline into Jensen. Jensen spin move, little baby hook, no good. Mills tapped it away, but Columbus East comes out of there with the basketball. Lynn Hoop runs the floor now, flips it off left side. There's a 3 ball on the way. It's up, it's no good. That was Umphris firing the 3, and the loose ball tracked out of there by Patton. Patton now runs back the other way. Patton, right side, Kurkowski, 3 ball. Max, no good. Rebound tipped up. Jensen had it, but Columbus East comes out of there with it, or I thought Jensen was going to have it. Now back the other way.
And that's the advantage East has with their height in the middle.
Yeah, they've got 3 really big guys out there right now. There's a 3 ball, or a line drive 2 ball, I should say, from Williams, no good. Loose ball tapped away. Patton ends up with it. He saved it, but a traveling call. So with 4:36 to go, 8-3 your score. Plainfield on the low side of the total.
Another traveling turnover, as you mentioned, something that's plagued Plainfield the last couple of years, particularly this season.
Dom going to come in the ball game for Plainfield. So you've got Dom, Maple, just checking in, Kurkowski, Mayberry, and Mills. I think that's a pretty good lineup for Plainfield, Doug.
Yeah, I agree with you. You got some height, and you've got a little bit of speed, a little bit of quickness.
And again, I think the 3 that are on the floor right now are really the future of Plainfield basketball. Mills, Maple, and Kurkowski.
Yep.
You're going to see those 2 playing together, or 3 playing together. There's a 3 ball up and good from Parker Chitty. And you're going to see those 3 guys playing together for the next 2 years. Mayberry blows past everyone to the hole for 2.
What a great play.
And those guys over the summer have really got to gel together if Plainfield's going to have and there's a 3 back the other way, wasting no time. Umphris, he can really shoot. 14-5 the score now. Turnaround jumper from Maple off the rim, no good, tipped up. And now running back the other way, here comes Columbus East. They run with numbers. Kurkowski on the defensive end picks up the foul. It'll stop the clock with 3:45 to play.
This is something you didn't want to see happen. As quick and as agile and as Plainfield is, for them to fall behind by 9 like this midway through the first period, that's always tough to see.
Nolting with the ball. Gets it to the foul line. Boy, got it into Williams wide open, and that's a double dribble. Yes, good call there by the official. Turnover, ball goes to the Quakers. 3:37 to play, first quarter, 14-5. The Olympians of Columbus East lead the Quakers of Plainfield. And in the ball game now for the first time is Keegan Motter, wearing number 4 for Plainfield. And now a whistle and a foul on Dom as Columbus East came out of there with that rebound.
Well, East had a nice block on Nathan Mills as he was right in the middle and with that turnaround jumper, but He's got to get over that and start hitting some of those.
Free ball tip, boy, great tip that time by Linhoop, and he was able to just swat it into the net. And as you said, Doug, that's that height. Plainfield's really got to block out, giving up all this size. Dom to the basket, goes up. Boy, got blocked. Guy didn't even have to jump. Pass back the other way. Columbus East runs to the floor, lays it up and in for two. That's Umphris. And Plainfield now behind by 13. Andy Weaver wants a timeout. So with 2:47 to go, we'll take a moment to thank one of our sponsors as Plainfield does trail now by 13 points. And we'll thank Plainfield Self-Storage, located on North Carr Road, that feature 24-hour access and lighted secure storage. Plainfield Self-Storage has office hours of Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 5. Stop in or call 838-7027 for more information.
Well, you know, we were talking before the broadcast, the swim meet's going on now, and I saw in local media where Avon might be giving Carmel a run this year in boys swimming.
That's interesting, as we had were talking before the broadcast, Doug. The Greyhounds, long a perennial swimming power.
Yeah.
18-5 our score here in the ball game for the Quakers. 32, Bryson Ellis. And Ellis is a guy who now will go to the foul line and shoot two, who I don't think we called his name at all through about the first 7 or 8 ball games.
Yeah.
And here recently, he has seen quite a bit of playing time.
Yeah, he got hacked on that shot. I believe it was number 33 for Columbus East who nailed him.
First free throw is up and no good. Second free throw rattles around, falls down. And Plainfield has cut the lead now to 12 at 18-6. Around the horn it comes, center of the floor now.
Well, we've got a mystery jersey out there, Rob, number 4 for Plainfield, who's not listed.
That is Keegan Motter. He's number 10.
Keegan Motter?
Keegan Motter. He's number 10 on the JV squad.
Nice inside move. Beautiful play.
I'm sorry, Dawson Messer. Dawson Messer is number... we're going to get clarification on that. It is either Keegan Motter or Dawson Messer. I'm fairly certain it's Keegan Motter.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give our Columbus affiliate, I guess, if you were.
Jensen's at the foul line shooting 2.
The Columbus...
Yeah, it's Keegan Motter.
Broadcasting team right next to us here at the top of the stadium was asking about number 4 for Plainfield. And I've seen him at other games, and he's kind of impressed me. He's handled himself pretty well, and so certainly he can be part of the future as well.
20-7 our score. Jensen at the foul line. He will shoot one more now. Bobby eyes it up. Shot on the way is up and good. So 20-8. Minute 56 to play. First quarter. We were kidding before we went on the air. Plainfield, of all the schools we cover, they play the fastest games. They play very, very quick. Yeah. JV and varsity. They start on time. And the ball sails out of bounds.
Well, you know, you were speaking about, and rather condescendingly, about my age as a witness to Quaker athletics. They've always played fast. I can even remember when they were really super good, especially during that state championship run. They had a withering
3-ball there that time from Chitty is up and good.
Full court press. It was just amazing to watch. And they just wore people down. And so I think it's kind of built into the system. Of course, it also helps if you're talented, too.
Well, it is interesting as the score is now 23-8. You know, I was very young when Steve Bruns was at Brownsburg, but what was it, like a 10-minute game between Brownsburg and Plainfield back then? Jensen puts it up and in for 2.
I remember Steve Bruns very, very well. I think a lot of Plainfield coaches can say along with Eric Parsegan about John McKay that they are living, if barely, testimony to the coaching ability of Steve Bruns.
Shot is up and in for two. Great spin move that time by Lynn Hoop. And 55 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's a 25-10 ball game. Plainfield on the short side. Nice spin move by Jensen. Turnaround. Hook shot. Good for two. Jensen in his final, what will be his final regular season home game. I guess you could say it will be his final home game, period.
Yeah.
Puts it in for two.
Yeah, because I don't think the regionals are here.
Of course, sectionals at Avon this year.
Now, Columbus East has got to be careful backing up to that to that mid-court line.
Appearing content to play for the final shot. 15 seconds to go. We unfortunately cannot get the dribbler, who's 31, Chitty, in your frame. Takes it right side there. Now you got him. Ball on the floor. Lynn Hoop to the hole. Oh, great block by Mills. Jensen comes out of there with it. Now they'll push the other way. And a half-court shot is up. And go! Got it! How about that?
Wow. We got to send that into some sort of video
the
thing.
3-ball airmailed. And that will bring about the end of the first quarter, 25-15.
Well, I seem to recall the last Friday night or Saturday game when somebody hit a shot like that at the half against Lebanon.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep, you're right. Hey, let's thank our friends from Jensen's Pools and More, the Backyard Place. Located just 1 mile north of Heartland Crossing on Highway 67 in Canby, has everything for all your swimming pool needs, from above-ground pools to in-ground pools. Jensen sells and installs them all, and during the winter months, we offer mattresses direct from the factory of King Coil, a leading manufacturer of American-made mattresses. Queen sets starting at $329, king sets at $429, guaranteed lowest prices around. Jensen's Pools is located at 7302 South Kentucky Avenue in Canby. Visit us online at jensenspools.com.
Well, I know that Steve Bruns was the coach here for a while, and he didn't necessarily have to turn the program around, but they were very, very competitive, even though that sectional they play in is very, very rugged. Very, very tough place to play.
Full court press. And Lynn Hoop got past everybody, missed the layup. I'll tell you what, one thing we didn't talk about on that heroic half-court shot to end the first quarter was Mills had a tremendous block down on the defensive end, and then Bobby Jensen came out of there with the ball and was alertly able to get it to Keegan Motter before making the shot.
Yeah, that gets the crowd in it once in a while when you can hit those.
Loose ball tracked down by Kurkowski.
It's just tough in the middle there for anybody, for Plainfield. All that height for Columbus East, very, very tough.
Into Jensen. Jensen spin move on the block. High up off the glass, no good. Rebound tracked out of there. And now here come the Olympians running back the other way. Left side, now top of the key. Chitty with it. Dribbles on the left wing, 6:45 to play, first half. Plainfield down by 10. Rob Kendall along with Doug Edens coming to you live tonight from Plainfield High School. It is our regular season finale as the Quakers are playing host to the Olympians of Columbus East. Columbus East doing a nice job with ball control. There's a 3-ball. It's up, and it is good.
Yep.
And Chitty nailed the 3. The problem Plainfield runs into, Doug, and we've talked about this, there's at such a height disadvantage, they have to drop off the perimeter player.
Yeah.
Jensen has the ball near the block, goes to the hole, up and in for 2. Nice shot, Bobby Jensen. Jensen in his final home game, playing a good one so far.
Yep.
Around the horn it comes, center of the floor, Lynn Hoop. The boy, long 3 off the back of the rim, no good. That was Chitty firing that ball up. Jensen pulls down the rebound.
Well, you live by those and you die by them.
Well, you're right, Doug, and you get the feeling, though, that Columbus East could move the ball inside almost any time they want.
Yeah.
And they're going to run into as Kurkowski catches it, dribbles to the foul line, pulls up, jumper up, no good. Rebound Mills, spin move, pulls it down. Still has it, now goes up with it, shot up, and good
Sweet.
for 2.
Nice little pass.
Mills has really been an emerging player this year, much like Kurkowski was last year, and Jacob Maple.
He really has.
And when he gets some size on his frame, he's going to be a force. Especially if he does continue to grow.
Uh-huh.
So Plainfield down by 9, 28-19. There's a 3-ball up, no good. Loose ball tipped up. Jensen's got it. Comes out of there with it. Mayberry has it, and he'll push back the other way. And now whistle, a foul, and a blocking foul called on the Olympians.
Wow, that was an interesting call. I thought I saw Mayberry throw a forearm, but anyway, got the call. It didn't hurt the Olympians, though. Only 3 fouls on them so far.
There's a quick inbound to Jensen. Jensen gets it to Mayberry. And a whistle and now a foul and maybe a makeup call there. It looks like they're going to get Mills on the hammer. 4:58 to play, first half. 28-19. Columbus East leads Plainfield. Rob Kendall along with Doug Edens coming to you live tonight from Plainfield High School.
Beautiful night, especially in lieu of the storm that everybody's saying we're going to get tomorrow night. Get out and enjoy the ball game.
3-ball up, good. Boy, that was a nice shot there by Nolting. Mills running jumper up and good for 2. And a whistle and a timeout called by Andy Weaver. That's an interesting timeout as Andy Weaver will go ahead and take it. Hey, Jensen's Pools and More, the Backyard Place, located just 1 mile north of Heartland Crossing on Highway 67 in Canby, has everything for all your swimming pool needs. From above-ground pools to in-ground pools, Jensen sells and installs them all. And during the winter months, we offer mattresses direct from the factory of King Coil, a leading manufacturer of American-made mattresses. Queen sets starting at $329. King sets starting at $429. Guaranteed lowest prices around. Jensen's Pools, located at 7302 South Kentucky Avenue, or visit us online at jensenspools.com.
Well, it looked to me like Plainfield was starting to adjust a little bit to the inside game. They were starting to block out a little bit more and not giving Columbus East 2 and 3 rebounds and additional shots from those. So we'll see what happens in the rest of the way here in the first half.
Around the horn it comes, all the way right side.
Nice movement.
Yeah,
beautiful movement. Just how you draw it up.
Yeah, and Kurkowski got a hand on that. And now back the other way. Mills save. And unfortunately for Mills, he saved it out of bounds. A little bit ahead of himself. So, you look at it, Plainfield was down big early. They basically played them even for the past quarter or so.
Yeah.
And, again, as you had mentioned, Doug, at the time, you just cannot get down because then you end up playing catch-up the whole game. Ball on the floor. Mayberry steals it. Back the other way. Mayberry running. Here he goes, and he's fouled from behind. That'll be the 6th team foul on Columbus East. So with still 4:06 to play in the first half, Columbus East will, or Plainfield rather, will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Mayberry with the ball in the backcourt, across the 10-second line. Over to Mills. Mills dribbles, now pulls it back up, kicks it up top to Mayberry. Mayberry takes the screen, jumper up, no good. Rebound, Jensen. Jensen blocked from behind. Nice play there by Linhoop, and the ball will belong to Plainfield out of bounds.
Well, I was kind of surprised. I thought he got him on the arm, but I guess he didn't.
3:48 to play, first half of action. Lob into Mills, and Mills flushes it home in the foul. What a great play.
Well, you can't draw it up like that. They're certainly trying to play them even, trying to stay as competitive or be as competitive as possible. Only down 8 now.
So Mills and he makes about 2 or 3 of those plays a game, Doug, and you realize the talent is there, and he's going to be a great player for Plainfield basketball.
Yeah.
Shot is up, and no good, and a whistle. And do we have a violation? Yeah, so Mills is going to get another crack at it. 3:46 to play, first half. Rob Kendall, Doug Eden.
Sorry, I was watching Coach Weaver over there showing him how to, use the finger roll.
Well, it didn't work.
work.
But he got closer than he did the last time. So,
at least they can't chant air ball.
Well, that's true. Lynn hooped to the hole, lays it up and in as Dom tried to get in there and play some defense. Unfortunately, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Back the other way. Kurkowski dribbles, lobs it down inside, knocked away. Loose ball, pulled out of there again. So Plainfield was knocking on the door there for a while.
Yep.
Now back the other way. Oh, great block by Mayberry and a jump ball called.
Wow.
Excellent play by James Mayberry.
He's having a good game along with Jensen.
Yeah, and as we said, Doug, and like I said, we were beating a drum, drum, I guess, of this. But I think it bears repeating. These Plainfield fans, students, band, and just patrons have really been very supportive all year and deserve a lot of credit.
Well, I still remember when we were together for the 1-20 season for that one game, and they were the same way there. And so it doesn't really matter the record. I mean, these are their kids. They're going to support them no matter what.
2:58 to play. First, great play. Oh. Great pass there by Lynn Hoop. Had a guy open, and I don't think number 11, Jordan Foster, was anticipating the basketball.
One of those Larry Birds, and not quite there to get it. No, Larry Bird's one of those, he just does it behind. He doesn't even look, does he?
Absolutely. Here we go. Oh, great backdoor pass, and up, and get in there. Nope, tipped up. Loose ball on the floor. That was 13, Crawford, who couldn't get it to go. That was a great pass.
Yeah.
And, boy.
They're being very, very game tonight, I'll tell you that. They're really hustling.
3 ball the other way is good, and the lead now extends itself again to 13. So now a 5-0 run for the visitors after Plainfield got it down to 8.
Yeah.
Jensen has it, gets it off to Mills. Mills comes to the foul line, picks up the dribble, flips it back up top. Crawford to Jensen. Jensen powers his way to the hole. Good for 2, Bobby Jensen. Like I said, if you're going to give the effort award for the year, it's got to go to Bobby Jensen because he has played hard every single game.
No, I remember watching him with the football team. He didn't. Both he and Mayberry played very, very well.
And, of course, they said before the game during senior night that Jensen will attend Butler to play football. Now Plainfield trying to ante up the defense. Problem is that you open the floor up, and there it was, and there it goes in. That's the problem you have Jordan Foster for an easy 2. If you got 3 guys guarding 1, that means 2 people are open, and unfortunately that time it resulted in 2 points. 38-25, minute 20 to play, first half. And Plainfield will try to get the ball in the basket this time. Top of the key with the ball. Right side to Kurkowski. Kurkowski, a rainbow 3, no good, and pulled out of there by number 33, Williams.
Nice one-handed grab.
Yeah, very impressed by this Columbus East team. The Olympians doing a nice job on both ends of the floor so far tonight, and that's why they lead by 13.
Now it seems like they've made their adjustments to Plainfield's adjustments. And like you said, the Quakers got it down to 8, and now it's back up to 13.
31, Chitty has it on the wing, and it looks like they're going to do exactly what they did to end the first quarter, which is ball control in the final minute.
Half a minute left.
Play for that last shot. It really makes sense, Doug. Now Plainfield will try to trap, and here we go again. 3, and he dribbled around 3 defenders. Boy, I'm not sure how that happens, Doug, but Kevin Williams was fouled, and he probably should have just laid it up and in.
Yep.
He did pass it off to Williams, and Williams will now go to the free throw line.
Well, I'll tell you, I assume number 31, Parker Chitty, is the coach's son, but that's a good ball player.
Yes.
Very, very good ball player, and that's what you want. You want a good field general. You want a very, very good guard who knows how to handle, knows how to call the plays, and keeps people in their positions and so on. And he looks very, very good. I'm very, very impressed with him.
39-25 now our score. Shot is up, good, and the lead is now 15. Across the 10-second line, behind the back. Crawford dribbling, 15 seconds to play. Team down by 15. Jensen catches it on the wing, gets it into Mills. Mills lost the handle on it. Loose ball is on the floor. Scrum is on, and a timeout called with 6 seconds to play. Plainfield turns it over, and Columbus East will get the final shot of the half.
I like that scrum scrum in basketball. Scrum on the court.
Well, it's turnovers have just really, really hurt the Quakers all season long, and
they really
get tonight.
They really, really have, and that's the sign of youth. But that's also you're looking at brand new system to learn, to try to get down, and brand new signals and brand new terminology. Two new head coaches in 4 years. That's awful tough to deal with, especially at this age.
Six seconds to play, and then Doug will take it over during half.
Looking forward to it, my friend.
Quick inbound.
Parker Chitty again.
And he was fouled on a three-point shot. Well, that wasn't what Plainfield wanted, and now Chitty will go to the foul line. Chance to add to the lead. Still, bright side for Plainfield, still 3 seconds to play.
Yeah. I've even seen some posts, particularly on Facebook. I know that you're on there, on other media outlets, of a 4-point range for the NBA.
Yeah, it's the first free throw's up and good. NBA, of course, vehemently denying that, and that there was also talk about them apparently at one point extending the court.
Uh-huh.
So I think pro basketball is sort of at a crossroads where they're always struggling to try to attract fan interest.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some nephews who enjoy the NBA, who enjoy basketball.
He throws it up, and it would have been nearly another miracle shot to end the quarter.
Yeah,
42-25 our score. We'll head to the half. Doug, take it away.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. It's always a pleasure to be back on AudioSportsOnline.com. Hopefully I'll see fit to be back this fall, and I don't know who I will join, but man the camera for either Rob or one of the other fine broadcasters that AudioSportsOnline.com has. And thank you for joining us as well. And I don't know if Rob's going to let me read some of the sponsors, tributes to the sponsors or not, but anyway, at the half, again, it's 42-25, Columbus East with the 17-point lead against the Quakers on senior night. And once more, I'd also like to give a shout-out to the senior players recognized. First of all, guard James Mayberry, number 3, 5'9", senior. And they were, of course, talking about his accomplishments and what he wants to do after high school. He will have, of course, at least one more game with the sectional starting next week. We'll be talking about those here in just a little bit. The other senior, number 44, Bobby Jensen, the center, 6'5". I remember watching him a couple years in football and also here in basketball as well for the Quakers. And the best of everything to both of those fine young men who will be graduating from Plainfield High School and leaving this particular part of their young lives. Also for the cheerleaders, like to shout out for Laura Eichenberger, a senior, Meg Pettyjohn, a senior, and also Kayla Sparks, a senior as well. And good luck to them and the best of everything, I should say, to them and their as they will graduate this following May and leaving this particular part of their lives behind. At the half, of course, 42-25, Columbus East on top of the Quakers. And let's take a look at the Mid-State Conference, the sectional draw. Decatur Central, they're in 4A, Section 11 at Ben Davis. They're going to be playing with Perry Meridian Ben Davis, Pike, Southport, and Northwest. The Hawks will play the second round next Friday against the Game 1 winner between Perry Meridian and Southport. Elsewhere in the Mid-State, Franklin, Greenwood, and Whiteland are all in 4A. Sectional 13 at Center Grove with the host Trojans and New Palestine and Franklin Central. Franklin will tip off the opener next Tuesday against New Palestine. Whiteland will play in Game 2 against Center Grove next Tuesday. Greenwood will play the Franklin New Pal winner on Friday at 6 p.m. Elsewhere in the Mid-State, the sectional draw, Martinsville, Mooresville, and of course the Quakers will play at the Avon sectional in 4A, sectional number 12. They will also be there along with Avon and Hendricks County opponent Brownsburg, and both Terre Haute North and Terre Haute South. The Quakers will play Avon, who they lost to earlier in the year, 72-48, and they haven't beaten since the county tournament 2008-2009, the last year of now athletic director Dana Green. Martinsville tips off the second game Tuesday against Terre Haute South. Mooresville takes on the winner of Tuesday's opener between Brownsburg and Terre Haute North. The Mooresville game will be on Friday. So if we look at the Mid-State Conference, Martinsville and Mooresville are co-winners. Martinsville and Mooresville both have 5-1 marks to end the season, and Mooresville has the better of the two records at 18-4 overall. Martinsville at 13-7. Franklin is third with a 4-2 mark, or check that, a second place with a 4-2 conference mark, but they have a better record than Martinsville. The Grizzly Cubs 14-5. Decatur Central is in third place actually, 3-3 conference mark. They're 6-13 on the year. Whiteland is after that. They're at 2-4 in the conference play. They're 7-13 on the year. Greenwood and Plainfield both are at 1-5. Greenwood has the better record with a 7-12 overall mark. Plainfield at 5-14. Now the Hendricks County sectional draw. We've already covered, of course, Avon, Brownsburg, and Plainfield. For the rest of the county, Cascade is in sectional 44 of Class 2A at South Putnam with Covenant Christian, Cloverdale, Speedway, North Putnam, and South Putnam. Cascade opens Tuesday night at 6 p.m. against Covenant Christian, and they have played Covenant Christian before. They lost to Covenant Christian earlier in the season. Elsewhere in the county, Danville and Tri-West are in sectional 27 of Class 3A, along with Beech Grove, Greencastle, and Indian Creek at Beech Grove. That is the site. Tri-West will tip off on Tuesday against the host Hornets. Danville will play the second game on Friday against the Tri-West Beech Grove winner. So basically, Danville in that particular sectional 27 of Class 3A, they will have a bye, you might say, and not play until Friday. In the conferences for the counties, Cascade, of course, is in the West Central Conference. Cloverdale is the best team in that conference. They may be one of the best teams in the state. The Clovers are 19-1, and they are a perfect 5-0 in the West Central Conference. Greencastle is in second place, although they don't have the record to support it. And overall, they're 8-9. They're 4-1 in the West Central. North Putnam is at 3-2 in the West Central. They're 10-10 on the year. Cascade is at 2-3 in the West Central. They're 3-17. Monrovia is 1-4 in the conference. They're 3-17, and South Putnam is winless at 0-5 in the West Central Conference. They're 4-15. In the Sagamore, Danville and Tri-West, they occupy the top two spots. Danville is 6-1 in the conference. They've already finished regular season play. They are 16-4. One of the better teams in the county, along with Brownsburg, who is 18-2. And we'll talk more about the Bulldogs and the Orioles in the Hoosier Crossroads here in just a little bit. Tri-West, as I mentioned, is 5-1. They have a conference game tonight against Frankfort. So we'll see how that shakes out. They could be co-winners of the Sagamore Conference if they win tonight against Frankfort. Tri-West is at 12-6 in the regular season. They're 5-1, as I mentioned, in conference play. Frankfort is at 4-2 in conference play. As I mentioned, they are going to be playing Tri-West to finish their season tonight. We'll get into that schedule later. Frankfort is at 14-6 on the regular season. Crawfordsville's at 4-3. They're 10-9 on the regular season. Lebanon's 4-3 in the conference. They're 9-10. Western Boone's 3-4. They're 9-10. And North Montgomery's at 1-6. They're 6-13 in the Sagamore. Southmont is winless. They're 3-16 on the year. Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Hamilton Southeastern is the best team in that conference. They're a perfect 8-0. They're 18-3. Brownsburg is in second place at 7-1. They're 18-2. Noblesville is in third place. They're 7-2 on the conference. Zionsville, McCutcheon, Fishers. Avon is at 3-6. Lafayette, Jeff Harrison, and Westfield round up that particular conference. Tonight in the Mid-State, the remaining schedule very quickly. Decatur Central is at Bloomington South. Whiteland is hosting Beech Grove. Franklin is at Jennings County. Greenwood is hosting Palestine in the New Palestine. Martinsville lost to Avon last week. They're at 14-7. Mooresville beat Tri-West to conclude at 18-4. And the county schedule, Avon is finished for the year. Brownsburg is finished for the year. They are on a 9-game winning streak, the Bulldogs are, so they'll have a lot to look up to when they play their schedule. They play their sectional, I should say. Cascade has lost 4 in a row. They're at 3-17, awaiting sectional play. They've lost 15 of 16, so they've got something to prove. Danville hosts Monrovia tonight. The Warriors are 16-4. Monrovia is 3-17 tonight. Tri-West, again, as I mentioned, they will be playing. They are at Frankfort for a conference game to determine who will be the second-place team in that particular conference. And that is what the county and the conference look like. Mr. Kendall, and welcome back.
Well, thanks, Doug. You did a great job. They, for those of you who are watching the screen, they are honoring Athletic Director Dana Green here at halftime. This will be his final year as Athletic Director. I don't know if you were aware of that or not, Doug.
Dana Green is a Mooresville graduate. Don't hold that against him. But he brought us to a state championship, and he had, it's one thing to have that kind of talent. It's quite another to actually lead them the way they need to be led to win that sort of thing. And I'm sure that Brownsburg can speak for that as well with their state championship a few years back in 4A. And but I was very, very pleased with the Quakers to win the first state championship in the county. I think that's something to be very, very proud of as a Plainfield alumnus. And, of course, you also, Brownsburg, of course, set the tone with their football championships in the 80s. And, of course, the Bulldogs have quite a bit of pride as well. And it's good to see that they are at 18-2 in their season. And looking forward to them competing in the sectional, as well as the other county schools.
Well, that's as you can see there, the Coach Green, they're doing some fun facts on him. And here in just a little bit, we're going to have basketball coming up in the second half tonight. While we do wait, let's thank again our sponsors, including Plainfield Self-Storage. Located on North Car Road, they feature 24-hour access and lighted secure storage. Plainfield Self-Storage has office hours of Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 5. Stop in or call 838-7027 for more information. And Jensen's Pools and More, the Backyard Place, located just 1 mile north of Heartland Crossing on Highway 67 in Canby, has everything for all your swimming pool needs. From above-ground pools to in-ground pools, Jensen sells and installs them all. And during the winter months, we offer mattresses direct from the factory of King Coil, a leading manufacturer of American-made mattresses. Queen sets starting at $329. King sets at $429. Guaranteed lowest prices around. Jensen's Pools is located at 7302 South Kentucky Avenue in Canby, or visit us online at jensenspools.com. All right, here come the Quakers back out onto the floor as we get ready to begin the second half, and it's going to be a tough climb for the Quakers, Doug, down by 17.
I think you're right. It always is when you're down by double figures and you're kind of outmatched in the middle, especially depending on what Coach Chitty does, and he's not the kind of guy, especially with the competition that Columbus East plays, and especially the sectional that they play in, he's not the kind of coach who is going to sabotage any momentum that he might have. They had a tough loss Wednesday night against Jeffersonville. And I'll tell you what, that is such a tough area they play in. It's just very, very rugged, very, very tough, very, very difficult to be successful in that particular part of the state. But he's been very, very successful, and certainly I'm sure that they will look forward to the sectional just as everybody else is. Again, everything starts Tuesday night. The first games are usually 6 o'clock, and the champions will be crowned on Saturday. And for some, it's going to be a very, very short bus ride home. For others, it's going to take all night to get home.
Yeah, you're right, Doug, and it's interesting. The sectionals now, especially with the newly redrawn boundaries again.
Yeah.
Seems to be in every 3 or 4 year process. You now got Terre Haute and Brownsburg sectional again, which, interestingly enough, I know you'll know this, is right how it started in whatever it was, 1998 maybe, when they went to class basketball. Brownsburg was in the Terre Haute sectional.
Uh-huh. And, there was a lot of complaining about it, a lot of purists. Me, I never got hysterical about Hoosier hysteria. I enjoy watching it, but my day is not made whether one particular team wins or loses. And one of the things about it was, the romance of the 1954 championship, which pitted Little Bitty Milan against great big Muncie Central, and they were allowed to stall for the last 10 minutes. They can't do that now.
Well, you could.
And so, in a rematch a few years back, about 10 years ago, they had the storied rematch, and Muncie Central won easily, I think like 35 points. So the one thing that the smaller schools wanted was an equal chance. I think they got tired of Goliath always beating up on David, and that's usually what happened. And I think that's why the single class lost a lot of its luster to a lot of the smaller programs. I think they wanted more of an even playing field, and I know that I've had talks with people about that and everything. But if the smaller school won more often, I could understand. But you like baseball. If I'm a batter and I make one solid hit in 90 attempts, am I going to be on that roster long? Probably not. Not unless I'm a really, really good pitcher.
All right, so Columbus East will have the ball to begin the second half, and they'll be moving from right to left, and putting it in for 2 is Kevin Williams. Lobbed on into Jensen. Jensen caught it, fading away in for 2. Nice athletic play there by Bobby
Still
Jensen.
A lot of heart, still a lot of hustle, a lot of play.
44-27 our score. If you're just joining us, we have begun the second half. Rob Kendall along with Doug Edens.
Senior night.
Yes, it is. And now nearly a steal.
Yep.
Columbus East. And now there is a steal. Patton, foot race to the basket, up and in for 2. It's always a tough, as quickly back the other way, we'll talk on that here momentarily. That's a tough basket to make when you're coming in at an angle there, Doug, and he did a nice job with that one. 44-29 now our score.
Yeah, and how many times have you seen people blow that, bounce it off the rim?
Loose ball missed. Shot tracked down into the
sweet.
paint. Up and in for 2. That was Williams for the deuce.
Nice move inside.
Mayberry across the timeline. Center of the floor. Takes it left side over to Patton. Patton all the way to the block. Ball knocked away. Loose ball going to the hole. Blocked by Kurkowski, but a foul is called. We need a second camera to see if he really fouled him, Doug. We can't tell from our angle above the floor. We'll just assume it was a bad call. Good defense, Max.
Yeah, there's no replay in basketball, is there?
Well, it depends on what station you're watching the game on.
Well, I know they're thinking about it in Major League Baseball.
Well, they do, of course, have limited replay already, but going to hope perhaps expand it. Mayberry with the ball. Runs it quickly across the 10-second line. Gets it over to Kurkowski. Kurkowski, a burst of speed. Shot blocked. Loose ball tracked down by Patton. Patton a 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Chitty. 6 minutes to play.
Yeah,
Sorry, Doug.
You're all right. That's excellent field general. That I can't say enough about him. He's such a good player. Maybe that's why they had the change up in the lineup.
Or I just read the book wrong. That's also a possibility.
No, you went to college. You know how to read.
I did. I was there for 6 years.
Any Animal House hijinks while you were there?
I was very well behaved.
Oh, can I get a witness?
Spin move by Jensen. Oh, great block.
Nice
back
block.
The other way. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's where that size really comes in handy. Pass
Nice
cross court.
pass.
Boy, yeah, that was a good pass there. It didn't result in anything. Nolting has it, top of the key. Ball on the floor. It's Chitty. Shot up. Good for two. Wide open jumper from inside the elbow. And with 5 minutes to play, it's 50-29. Columbus East expands the lead. Jensen on the floor. Nice move to the hole. Missed it. Rebound Mills. Shot block. Tipped up. Comes away to Columbus East. Plainfield student section didn't like that call. 3 ball. No good.
I know.
Rebound. Jensen ties it up. And jump ball called. Ball belonged to Plainfield.
Well, I like the sportsmanship of number 33 who patted Bobby on the rear. I think he could understand the frustration because it can be frustrating at times. And that's Kevin Williams, their excellent forward. He's just a sophomore, too.
And a foul over the back. And they're going to get Lenoop. Second time I've done that tonight. It's Lenup is the correct pronunciation.
Well, it looks like Keegan Motter's out there again, if you're right about him. Now, I was kind of impressed with him last time I was with you, even though I wasn't in this particular type of setting.
You were more in an advisory role that evening, Doug.
Well, I advised from a few seats down, I think.
Spin shot by Kurkowski. He's had a rough evening of it tonight. Max has really struggled to get open. They've really zoned in on not letting him have easy shots. And striking to the basket is Lenup for 2. Now back the other way. Ellis with it. Gets it off to Jensen. Backs down. Goes up. Couldn't get it to go. And this game is really getting out of hand for the Quakers now as they're down 23. They need to put a run together here. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. And they're going to get a checking foul on Ellis. See our good friend Ronnie Wilson down there of Sports and More fame.
Now, is he on the floor somewhere? I don't see him.
Yeah, he's in the corner.
Okay.
Down what would be, that'd be the northeast corner. I always just do it by, where I'm at in the county. That's how I know where I'm at on the floor. If I wanted to go to Brownsburg, that'd be northeast, which is right where Ronnie is.
Okay. Well, the Quakers have been stuck on 29 for a while.
Turnaround jumper, no good.
Nothing falling for him.
Yeah, rough start to the second half for Plainfield. 55-29 is our score. Oh, great pass. He missed the layup. Falls on the ball. And, boy, Umphris had a wide open layup. Yeah, you ever seen that magazine Ronnie does, Sports and More?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a pretty cool magazine. Goes to all the high schools. It's a weekly thing. Photos of the kids from all over the county playing athletics.
Yeah, I seem to remember looking at it when it first came out, and I kind of wondered about it because I hadn't seen it lately. So I guess I'm not up on who stocks it.
Missed shot. Dom out of there with the rebound. Over to Mills. Mills facing up 2:45 to play.
Yeah, Plainfield has only gotten
there's
4.
a save. Unfortunately for Plainfield, nobody was looking at the ball. And the Olympians out of there with it. You know, that's right. I'd forgotten until you said that. Steve Bruns coached at Columbus East, didn't he? Toward the end of his career.
Yeah.
Jumper up, no good. Now back the other way. Ellis lost the handle on it. Loose ball picked up. Over to Dom. Whistle, foul. Or jump, they call jump ball? Yeah, they did. Called jump ball. So 2:06 to play. Possession arrow stays in favor of Plainfield. There's the inbound. 3-ball up. On the way. Good.
Oh.
Nope, they're going to call. Oh, now they do. There's the hand signal. Bryson Ellis for 3. And that'll make it 55-32. Lead is cut to 23. Around the horn it comes. Plainfield needs some defense here.
Yeah.
Trying to put a run together. There's a whistle, a foul. Well, they will say it is a shooting foul. So the buck 47 to play.
Well, I've been very impressed with East passing there in particular. Just very, very impressive, knowing exactly where they're going with those throws and so on.
First free throw up and good. 56-32 the score.
Well, Quakers, of course, will be playing Avon next Wednesday in the second round, you might say, of the sectional. Some sectional sites have 7 schools, some have 6, some have 5. So you're going to see a lot of disparity as far as who plays when and so on. But most of them will start. In fact, all of them will start at least on a Tuesday, on next Tuesday night.
Nice
Second
jumper
season.
by Mills there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost like it's completely convoluted and it makes no sense, Doug. But don't tell the IHSAA that.
No.
Jumper up and good for 2. Umphris.
Well, I believe last year East put 101 points on the board here. Actually there. So I'm wondering if Chitty is going to call off the Dogs sometime soon.
The lead is 25 at 59-34. They'd have to have a really good 9 minutes to get to 100 tonight. Although not impossible. They need 41 more points. They put up 59. So
I'll tell you, that college education of yours.
Well, like I said, I was on the IU side of IUPUI. So. Long rainbow 3 is good. It is Dawson Messer, so we finally have confirmation on that.
Sorry about that. Kagan.
Well, it's the Plainfield, of course, Plainfield prints up the rosters,
Yep.
obviously, at the first of the year, and they go with them. So he, at some point, we apologize to Dawson there. Shot is up. It is good. Boy, he was in the lane for about 10 seconds there, and no call.
Yeah, you.
That referee was not counting.
Yeah, I guess that's what they mean by letting them play, and I just wish that they would let both of them play.
So it's 61-37. 20 some odd seconds to play. 20 seconds to go. The clock continues to wind. Dom has it. Over to Crawford. Back to Mills. Mills fires a line drive 2. It's up. It's no good. And a whistle and a foul is called on, I think they're going to get Plainfield.
That's on board Bill on his second foul, team foul number 5. In the game, the Quakers number 11, Garrett Patton.
Well, you know, I'm kind of anxious to see when you get this archived,
throws it up. Was trying for a repeat of the third quarter. Didn't go. We played 3 at 61-37.
I'm kind of excited to see the archive to see if it was as loud as we thought it was when he hit that shot to end the first period.
327-662. Jackpot is $66.
8 minutes to play. I want to thank Plainfield Self-Storage as well as Jensen's Pools. Thank you for your sponsorship this year. We certainly appreciate it.
Always thankful for the people that pay the bills. Well, you know, I'm looking forward to this spring, Rob, with some baseball and hoping to go to a few games, maybe some major league games. At least watch a few on TV.
Well, you know, there are cable and satellite packages that can make that feasible for you, Doug.
I think I've even got the MLB network.
There you go. That's right. Loose ball on the floor and an over and back violation. Boy, that was close.
Well, it looks like they did call over and back. Yep. You know, that's kind of neat, though, Rob. It's almost like the kids, the way they conduct themselves, they don't take it as seriously as some of the adults do.
Well, that's, you know.
I guess that's the that's the good thing about being young like that, you know.
24-point lead.
Okay, so you're embarrassing, you might say, the home team. So you have to conduct yourself as a gentleman, right?
Well, I always conduct myself as a gentleman.
Oh, you'd never embarrass the home team.
Ellis with the first shot, good. It'll cut the lead to 61-38. 7:32 to play. Second shot is up and good.
So are you going to take in some of the sectional action?
Well, you know, Tuesday night I have a redevelopment commission meeting. So
okay.
I will not be there for that. But, you never know what Friday entails. I know we will have our Decatur Central broadcast from Ben Davis High School.
Okay.
Friday night.
That is a rugged sectional for Decatur.
That'll be very tough.
Wow.
Decatur Central did get the bye, so they automatically advanced to round number 2.
Yep. They play some strength in Pike and Southport and Ben Davis themselves.
Yeah, Brownsburg out of that sectional now, as is Avon. Tossed in there with Terre Haute, now Plainfield. Mooresville. Here it's 7 minutes, 11 seconds to play. 61-39 our score. Rob Kendall along with Doug Edens coming to you live tonight from Plainfield High School senior night as the Quakers trail the Olympians of Columbus East by 22 points.
I'll tell you, a lot of people on the home side, again, like you mentioned, very, very supportive of the kids, very supportive of the program.
And a whistle and another foul. That'll be the 7th team foul.
That was on James Mayberry, his first foul, team foul, number 7.
Well, you know, that kind of dates me because the most fond sectionals I've ever been to were at Brownsburg, and when the Bulldogs had very, very competitive teams there, and those were the most fun to be at because usually, if Plainfield won, then the girls on the opposing team always cried. And I always wondered about that, why, but they just kind of took it seriously, I guess.
Mayberry with the ball, shot up, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Columbus East. And now a steal back by Bobby Jensen, who gets it to Mills, who will get it up across the 10-second line.
Wow. Plainfield just very, very tough converting. Very tough holding on to the ball. And East is a very, very seasoned team. Very, very seasoned squad.
62-39. 6:41 to play. $6:41 to go in the quarter. Fourth quarter, final quarter here tonight. Lob into Mills. Mills catch, fadeaway jumper. Up and good
nice.
for two. He's got a great touch.
Sure does.
And I'm sure his plan will be, and the plan of head coach Andy Weaver is get him some size on his frame.
Yeah.
And he's going to be really a force. Shot knocked away. Loose ball tracked down there by 33 Williams. And a whistle and another foul. 6:20 to play in the ball game.
Fouls on Bryson Ellis, your second foul, team foul number 8.
No.
All corners of the universe before that one fell down.
Yeah, that's when everything's working right for you.
To the hole, blocked from behind, foul called, and it'll be Patton heading to the foul line, shooting two.
Fouls on Bryson Ellis, your third foul, team foul number 3.
Bryce Linehoop was called for that one.
First free throw, no good. 64-41, our score. 6 minutes, 13 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Second one is good. Columbus East with the ball across the 10-second line. Give Plainfield credit, continuing to hustle on defense. There's a steal by Mayberry. Mayberry ahead to Dom, knocked away out of bounds. Ball belonged to the Quakers.
Nice effort by Kelly Foreman for Columbus East to bat that ball away.
In the game for Columbus East, number 22, Connor Humphreys.
Looks like Connor Humphreys is back in for East.
Jensen with the ball, picks up the dribble. Top to Mayberry. Mayberry turns around, faces up, flips it inside to Mills. Mills, spin move, up top. Free ball on the way, up short. Loose ball, tracked out of there by Columbus East. And to the hole, and a whistle and a travel. 5:38 to play. 64-42 our score.
Yeah, one of those rare breaks for the Quakers on that particular play. It was beautifully executed.
Running back the other way. Here comes Columbus East to the hole. Uncontested layup for Humphreys for two.
Yeah. Plainfield has by and large kind of kept that fast break at bay, but
Line drive 2 is good. And that was Dawson Messer.
when East has used it, they've been very effective.
66-44 the score. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to play in the ball game. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound out of there, Jensen. Three ball. Good.
Oh, yeah. I think that's his third.
Lead is to 19, 66-47. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the game. Into a wide open Olympian, but Williams could not convert.
Yeah, didn't get it to fall.
He'll shoot two.
Fouls on Dawson Messer, his third foul, team foul number 9. Kevin Williams at the line shooting 2. Hitting for number 6, number 23, Zach Sanders, and for the Williams, number 33, Jacob Abel.
Oh, sweet. Nice putback.
Back the other way. Good for two.
Yep.
Kurkowski with it. Dribbles between the legs. 3:44 left to play in the game. Over to Dawson Messer. Inside, there's the ball stolen away. And now Columbus East with the ball. They lead it by 24. Inside, Williams up and good for two. You know, I don't know if Max Kurkowski has scored tonight, Doug.
Yep.
I can't remember calling his name.
Yeah.
And a whistle and a timeout by Andy Weaver.
Timeout Plainfield, a full timeout.
Well, again, one final time, we do want to, well, maybe not the final time, but maybe the next final time, we do want to thank our sponsors all year, Jensen's Pools, as well as Plainfield Self-Storage. Over to Mills. Mills faces up. Top of the key to Ellis. Ellis looks back door. Pass stolen away. Good idea. Just didn't have enough oomph on the pass that time, Doug.
Yep.
The other way. Ball comes in the corner. And Plainfield continues the effort. Shot up. No good.
And that was a nice defensive stop there. Just not the touch on the ball there. But like you said, you know, given some more experience next year, be looking good.
2:33 to play in the game. Plainfield down by 26, 73-47. Ball taken away to the hoop and up and in for two. Kurkowski holding. It's it off to Maple. We haven't called Maple's name tonight either.
Yep.
3 ball, short. Ellis, save. Fortunately for him, it was to the Columbus East defender.
Yeah, usually you try to bounce that off of the opponent, but hasn't worked so far tonight for the Quakers.
Host of new names in the ballgame. That's Zach Sanders with the ball. Picks up his dribble, knocked away by Kurkowski. Wholesale changes, Mayberry, Jensen, Patton, a couple new faces. 20 is Dan Lautenschlager. And number 10 is the aforementioned Keegan Motter.
Nick Cole, sophomore.
Mayberry steal, shot block. Jensen comes in with like a football player there. Clears everybody out.
Nice little shoulder.
75-47 the score. Ball belonged to Plainfield. Three ball on the way is up and good.
There's Keegan Motter. Still working inside. Still very tough inside.
Myers for 2. We approach the 1 minute mark left to go in the game. Mayberry has it stolen away.
Yeah, all kinds of turnovers tonight.
Knocked out of bounds. Doug, as we close down our broadcast night, your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, you know, the Quakers didn't quit. Of course, they don't let you quit, you know, no matter what the score is. And it's to their credit that they continue to hustle even being out of it pretty early. And they continue to fight back and, you know, give the crowd some thrills here and there. And like you said, though, hopefully there are some excellent building blocks here that they'll be able to use for next year. And, you know, it's just to the credit of the community for this kind of a crowd for senior night, even with a season that will end up 5-15 for them. And so hopefully this will be the beginning of something big come this fall and into the winter months and next basketball season. We'll see what they do against Avon. They haven't beaten Avon in a while, and it'll be there, so they play on Wednesday night. And it'll be interesting to see how they come back. They lost to Avon early in the season, and we'll see if they can do a little bit better against the Orioles.
40 seconds to play. The hole, up and in for 2. Maple for 2.
But, you know, it's the Columbus East credit, too, that they did not give up. They're tuning up for the sectional and giving their youngsters some playing time. Coach Shitty is.
And there's a foul, so we'll have 2 shots, 15 seconds to play in the game. Again, want to thank Dana Green, of course. Thanks for his great career here at Plainfield. Thanks for all he's done since becoming athletic director to help facilitate our broadcast, both in football and basketball. Want to thank head coach Andy Weaver for his support, helping us organize the broadcast this year. Want to thank our 2 sponsors, Jensen's Pools, as well as Plainfield Self-Storage. Couldn't have done it without them. I want to thank you, Doug, of course, as well, for coming out tonight. And I want to thank all of our viewers. One final time, we want to thank Foxy Roxy, watching us back in Wisconsin. And I want to thank all of you for another great season. We will be bidding you adieu as we end our 2000 and a little turnover there. Well, we do end our 2013-2014 campaign.
Yeah, looking forward to this fall and working with you and whoever else you might have me assigned to as part of AudioSportsOnline.com. And sorry that I was preoccupied last fall because I know there were some exciting games
there's a 3 ball.
Again,
by Keegan Motter.
Well, that's how you end the ball game.
Yeah.
Hit from downtown.
Yep. Final score, 21-point win for Columbus East. They prevail 78-57. Doug, thanks for being with us tonight. Thank you, everyone, for a great 2013-2014 campaign.
We'll see you next year. Until then, I'm Rob Kendall for Doug Eden saying so long, everybody.